Okay, so here we are back with some more TW here. Some more Generation Wrestling. 3.7 grand in the bank here. We're in the first week of September. I moved it up a few weeks, so if whenever I get to the last week in September and I think I can put on a second show this month, I will do so. But that does not mean necessarily that we will be putting on a second show this month. Yeah, I wanted to move up, so just in case if I did want to put on a second show this month, I could now. But since we only have 3.7 grand in the bank, I was going to debut the Shearer brothers as they are both available, and this is the first date where they've both been available, because obviously they work with the WWE as well, and unfortunately I just 550 and 650 odd. I'm not sure the exact figures of what I'm paying them both, but it's around that ballpark for both of them. It's just a little bit too much money to put on a tag team match. So we've got 3 singles matches, and I do think that will be a decent card. So after the show though, I will be showing, just in case we don't do a second show this month, and I will be taking the month off to let the funds build up. I'm gonna show at the end of this event the 4 brackets, the 4 quarterfinal brackets for the Canadian Cup, which of course is a tournament which will be held in November. The winner of that tournament will go on to face Adam Cole, the winner of tonight's main event at Emergence at Generation Emergence 2018, and I say that because the main event is between Kyle O'Reilly, Eddie Kingston and Adam Cole for the Generation Championship. It should be a pretty decent match there. So of course we will be using a broadcasting company, the local company in British Columbia. Hopefully that will get more eyes on the product, and we will be in the British Columbia province. Hopefully we can increase our popularity as well to 12. So let's go ahead and run this show. Okay, so we start off here with an 18 where by the way, we do have 3 additions to the roster, which I will show you after the show as well. But we start off the show here with an 18 minute segment, which actually is a one of those new workers is in this match here, Nelson Creed. He'll be taking on one of our more heelish roles. Of course we don't actually have a divide yet. I will bring a divide in at some point, but for the first I didn't really want a divide to be there as we build up a brand, but we do have those heelish characters there, Nelson Creed being one of them. Goes up against Billy Swede, who I haven't really pushed much since he came out on top of his rivalry against Colin Delaney, and that's really because he's quite pathetic in the ring, no offense to him. But in a bout that had decent reaction from the crowd but terrible wrestling, Nelson Creed wins his debut match against Billy Swede in 12 minutes and 39 seconds by pinfall. So Nelson Creed debuts his Iceman gimmick, got an initial rating of above average. The chaos of the match helped hide how badly Nelson Creed was performing. That is good to see, but he was also off his game. The chaos also helped hide how badly Billy Swede was performing. Although Nelson Creed and Billy Swede do have great chemistry, maybe a future tag team then? I don't know. Possibly. The announcing quality lifted the match. This match got the show off to a strong start. That's always nice to see. This match got the crowd hotter. The overbooking of the match didn't sit well with the crowd. Well, it did give us a decent match though, so I'm not gonna complain too much. And an in-ring performance of 15 for Nelson Creed and a 23 for Billy Swede, so that's not too bad there. I'm happy enough with that. Nobody improving though, which is a shame. But then we go on to a video segment here, a 21-minute video segment, where we see Jonathan Gresham, it's just like a pre-recorded backstage promo, and he says something along the lines of, Sean Defy, the last time we were in the ring together, you disrespected me, you spat in my face, and I promise you, tonight I will teach you why you should never have disrespected me. And that's the gist of it. I'm not going to pretend to be good at promos. I say that a lot, but it's the truth. A video is I've already talked about that. But then the match itself at 24 minutes, not bad at all. I'm happy enough with that, considering and about that had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Jonathan Gresham goes over once again. Sean Defy taking a loss here in 12 minutes and 12 seconds by pinfall, after Jonathan Gresham gets him with a surprise roll up. A 28 in-ring performance here by Gresham and a 24 by Sean Defy. And Defy's vengeance storyline is advanced with this, and the crowd has got hotter from this segment. Sean Defy is improving his flying skills. That's good to see, although that's one of the few skills that the crowds at our shows care about, so that's a shame really. But after the match though, Sean Defy he's humiliated. He's been defeated again, and he loses his rag, and he goes fucking ham on Jonathan Gresham, and he attacks him, just bits him down, throws him out the ring, throws him into the garden wheels, throws him into the steps, into the guardrails again. Did I say garden wheels? Into the guardrails. Takes him up the ramp, he takes him backstage, and it's, he just fucking letting him have it, the storyline's not over yet. It's gonna come to it's gonna be a while before it ends, because I know when I want it to end, and I know how it's gonna end. I know every beat of the storyline so far, or at least not the storyline itself, but the feud between Jonathan Gresham and Sean Defy. I know exactly beat by beat what's going to happen with that. So then we go into the next segment. A 50-minute main event here. Not bad at all. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. A 50-minute segment to end to main event the show, I should say, not necessarily end, in a bout that had fantastic heat and good wrestling. Adam Cole once again retains his title by defeating Kyle O'Reilly and Eddie Kingston, when he defeats Eddie Kingston by pinfall in 26 minutes 45 seconds, after using underhand tactics, which in my mind is he got the belt and drilled it into Eddie Kingston's forehead. Adam Cole only making defense number 2 of his title, playing that very heelish role very well, I think, in not having much title defenses. I apologise that you had to hear that there. That's my notifications going off. Eddie Kingston was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone's in-ring performance. That's a shame, but I mean, when you're in a local company in TEW and you're the weak link from having a 42 rated performance, fair play. So yeah, 42 rated performance by Eddie Kingston, a 52 for Kyle O'Reilly, and a 57 for Adam Cole. Nobody improved though, which is a shame. But then we go on to the final 60 rated. That's fucking amazing. After the match, Adam Cole celebrates in the ring, takes the celebration way too far, healing it up and going entirely overboard. So going for that, just shoving it in everybody's faces that he's the winner and he's the man kind of idea. let's go ahead and end that show there. 42 rated. That's very good. That's a very good show. 85 people came out to see it, so hopefully that's a cheap show as well, I think. Although, you know, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly and Eddie Kingston adds up, yes, that's an expensive main event, but you know, the rest of the card, Sean Devine and Jonathan Gresham and, you know, Nelson Creed and Billy Swade, I would imagine that would come to maybe $1,000 altogether, maybe 1,200. Of course, we do have the road agent and our referee to pay, which will bring the cost up as well. But that, for the most part, that's, and also production costs. But for the most part, that's a cheap show. So yeah, you know what? Let's just go with the main eventers. Kyle O'Reilly, because they were fantastic. And Eddie Kingston, so we can praise for we'll tell him he's awesome because he is. We'll tell him he's awesome because he is. That's Alan Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, and then we will praise Eddie Kingston on a great performance. So Alan Cole was very happy, Kyle O'Reilly was very happy, and Eddie Kingston seems pleased. So yeah, once we finish this here, once we get to the other side of this loading screen, what I will do is I will show you our roster, and I'll show you the 3 new guys. Of course, you already seen Nelson Creed, he got off to a good start. I'm not sure when each of them are going to debut necessarily, but they'll debut within the next few months, I would imagine. Now, of course, we're going to be taking off October to the funds build up. Canadian Cup will be in November, and then December we're taking off to the funds build up for the Emergence show. Okay, that was more money than what I anticipated, but you know what, I'm not going to complain about that. Although yes, I did just give Kyle O'Reilly a pay rise, so yeah, but you know, I'm not going to complain about that. We have 2 months to build up the funds pretty much. Generation Wrestling 5 got a less than 0.1 TV rating, so we'll have a look and see how many people watched it. If we can get 1,000 people to watch it on the local TV, that's not bad at all. So show history, yeah, 1,060 people watched it, so that's pretty good for a local show. I'm happy enough with that. I'm very pleased with that. So yeah, no reason to be annoyed with that. We can go ahead and look at our size then. Okay, we've got an importance up to 10, that's very good. Hopefully we can continue that to go up. Hopefully we can have that to continue to go up. So we're still popularity 11 though, but no, that's good that importance is at 10. That's very good. Okay, so let's go into our roster here. We will do an auto push. Roster overview. Our main event scene is huge. Adam Cole, in terms of numbers by the way, Adam Cole, GoofyWillows, Kyle O'Reilly, Rhett Titus, Eddie Kingston, Harv Shearer, and Brian Cage. Brian Cage will be making his debut soon enough. Not his debut, he will be making his return soon enough. Jonathan Gresham, this is the upper mid card. Jonathan Gresham, Nelson Creed, that was a huge win for him to be pushed up there already into the upper mid card. Sean Devine, Joe Hendry, Colin Delaney, Billy Swade, and Dan Myers. And then our mid card is Artemis Spencer, Steve Blackwell, Clementa von Slasher, the King of Yukon, yep, Tony Baroni, Cole Bishop, Pete Pars, and then Scotty Mack. And we also brought in Christina von Eli because she's in a relationship with Scotty Mac, so she's gonna be she's gonna be his manager for now. So the King of Yukon, he's coming in as royalty, so why not? Just what the Who recommend 3 workers to bring in, and because obviously Jimmy Havoc left, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna just bring all 3 of these in because they all seem interesting, and I do want more Canadian talent in who can work. So he's decent enough in the ring, the King of Yukon. I'm happy enough with that. And he's coming in as a face royalty type gimmick, where he's just over the top royalty, if that makes any sense, of Yukon. Yep. Then we have Nelson Creed, of course. 240 quid a show, and he's decent enough in the ring, so I mean, like, you'd be stupid not to go with him, put it like that, and not to bring him in, because he's just so cheap. And yeah. And then Scotty Mac, of course, who is quite a lot of money, 840, but he's quite good in the ring. And yep, again, he's just another yep, he's just another, heel character to bring in, and he's a traditionalist, so like the idea is that he wants to be kind of like this great wrestler kind of idea, and he sees a lot of people as being not great wrestlers and not how they used to do it back in the old days, because he is, he's a 16-year veteran, so he kind of was there at the tail end of the what do you call it? Of the territories, that's it. And he would have grew up watching them, so why not go with that? And then Christina Front Area, of course, who you probably heard of. I'm quite a fan of hers. I quite like her. She's 200 a show, so it's not too bad. And yeah, she's just she's playing his heel manager, and will be helping him cheat. So yeah, play green then. Okay, so I forgot to put quarterfinal 4 in front of this one, but anyway. Okay, so Brian Cage is not in this tournament, and that is simply because there's somebody in the tournament that I know I want to win. I knew I wanted him to win the tournament from the start of the series, from the start of the series, and Brian Cage will not be available to be at the tournament due to he's not the person I want to win, and that would mean that Brian Cage would have to lose, and I don't want Brian Cage to lose yet. I want it to be a very big occasion when Brian Cage gets defeated. But the quarterfinal, so the winner of quarterfinal 1 will face the winner of quarterfinal 2 in the semi-finals, and then the winner of quarterfinal 3 will face the winner of quarterfinal 4 in the semi-finals. That's kind of the idea that we're dividing it up. So Kyle O'Reilly will be taking on Gareth Shearer, because hopefully we'll be able to get both the Shearer brothers in for that day. And then the winner of that match will go up against the winner of the next match, which is Joe Hendry taking on Bret Titus. And then in quarterfinal 3 we will have Eddie Kingston go up against Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham has had quite a bit decent momentum going forward, so he has. So I thought, why not put him in there? And then the winner of that match will go on to face the winner of Harv Shearer and Billy Swede. So yep, Billy Swede is just in there because he's got a decent bit of momentum going for him. So I thought, why not stick him in there? Okay, I think that's everything that I needed to show then. I have a feeling that we've shown this really. Yeah, so we won't be doing another show this month. That's, you know, the fact that we're 2.2 grand under is, you know, proof enough of that. But by the time we get to the next show, we'll be back up to what we need to have a, you know, stable show, and I'm not worried about that because we do get quite a bit in sponsorship money. You know, we get 3.5 grand there, and that's just going to continue to go up now with this TV deal. So yeah, I'm happy enough with that. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Thanks very much for watching, and yep, see you again.